First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ning. Homage to Master Sakya Zengkong. And homage to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubten Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, the yellow Jambala, the wealth deity. Simu Tutan Siti Rinpoche. All masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all participants, and the audience over the internet, and our participating VIPs today from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Republic of Taiwan, Secretary General Daniel Liao and Mrs. Liao. Thank you. And the Chief Secretary of the Taiwan Government, Mr. Zheng Peifu. The Advising Attorney to the True Buddha Foundation, Mr. Zuo Zhongsan. The Professors Group of True Buddha School, the Special Professor Wang Jingxian. Professor Wang Li. Professor Mai Yihuang. Professor Cai Guoyi. Professor Gu Haoxiang. Professor Ye Shuwen. Dr. Yu Jiangcheng. Dr. Liang Caofan. And Medical Doctor Lin Jun'an. And the representative to the legislator Cai Ji-chang, Ms. Chen Mei-hui. Chen Hui-mei. And the representative to the council person of Tainan City, Cai Wang-quan. And from the Fun UV Multimedia Group, Mr. Chen. And the president of the Worldwide Lotus Light Charitable Society, Master Chang Ren. The president of the Taiwan region of the Lotus Light Charitable Society, Mr. Li Chunyang. An entrepreneur from Hong Kong and adapt to Kenneth Loy and the Latin Mrs. Loy. From Bhutan, Nam Khao Kampa.
My university Shen classmate, Zhu Jinshui 先生及夫人陈哲霞女士，记忆企业公司总经理。
From the Jingyi Entrepreneur General Manager, Miss Zhang Li Zhen. Miss, not Mr. From Jiping Furniture Club, Miss Huang Suqi. From CTI TV Taiwan, producers for the Guinea Dian Sangxingden, Miss Rebecca Xiaqi. producers for the 9 stages of the Great Perfection Dharma, Hevajra, and development stages of Tantrayana, Master Lian Yue. Good afternoon. How do you do? Good afternoon, everyone. In Taiwanese, Mandarin, Cantonese. Indonesian, Malay, Japanese, Spanish, Korean, and Thai. So today we practice Jambala, the yellow wealth deity. And he is in the north, in the Crystal Palace. And there are 4 heavenly kings in the 4 directions. The Chatur Maharaja, Vaishravana, Virudaka, Dhratasastra, Virupaksa, the 4 heavenly kings. And the 4 heavenly kings can bestow wealth and also longevity and auspiciousness. So today, I hope that all participants here today would have all of our resource needs be fulfilled. That we would have lots of money. And money coming with lots of money, we should perform more charity and givings. And the more we perform charity, the more we give. Then we would be endowed with lots of money and good fortunes. There are many kinds of charity. Charity of Dharma, of wealth, of words, of smiles. So giving a smile is also a kind of charity. And saying nice words is also a kind of charity. Or volunteering is also charity. Whether you're giving money or time, that's charity. Or say nice words, they are also a kind of charity. There are many different ways of charities. It's not just about giving money. And nobody on earth would despise money. Everyone likes money. But money should come through the proper way. So money that you deserve, that's called the proper money. And it's also called the clean money. So clean money. So you use clean money to perform clean charity, then the Buddhas would be pleased. And the 4 heavenly kings also know the merits that we will perform and would bestow us with the sufficient resources. So the heavenly king of the north, the yellow Jambala Vaishravana, would bestow to all Tantrika, the Tantric practitioners, that they would have all of their resources fulfilled, that all their business and works would be doing well. We have the sutra about going out. Every time you leave home, you would recite this sutra, the sutra of leaving home to make money in Taiwanese. That as soon as you open the door, you see Guan Yin Bodhisattva. That to the left is the Buddhas, to the right are the Buddhas, to the east are the Buddha, to the west are the Buddhas, to the north are Buddhas, and to the south are the Buddhas. And then all the products would, all my items would be sold. So Buddhas, 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 that my business would be good and sales are even better. I can only recite it in Taiwanese. I know how to say it in English too.
Easter, there are so many Buddha. West, there are so many Buddha. South, where there are so many Buddha. North, there are so many Buddha. Buddha, 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 Buddha. By meeting is good because my item sale is all sale.
So that's the English translation of this sutra. So Jambala can bestow wealth upon us. I often said that the wealth deity of the ocean is the dragon god, and the wealth deity on earth is the mountain god, and the wealth deity of the heavens are the 4 heavenly kings. They could bestow wealth upon us, wealth and treasures. So in heavens, on earth, and in water are the place where all the precious jewels and precious items come from. So all these things most typically come from the earth or water or bestowed by the heavens. So the most expensive stuff, diamonds and gold, they're all mining. They come from the mines. They come from the earth.
你看那个珊瑚啊，那珍贵的红珊瑚是
Or the corals come from the ocean, from
我们
water.
所吃的、所用的，
What we eat, what we
大部分
use,
是从大地上产生出来。
most of them came from the earth.
所以大地可以赐给人财富，
So the earth can bestow
海
wealth
也一
upon
样可以
us.
赐给人财富，
And the ocean too can bestow
天
wealth
也可以
upon
一样
us.
赐给人财富。
And all the same, the heavens too can bestow wealth upon us. So,
这人间啊最富贵的人，
if you are endowed with the wealth of the heaven, earth, and ocean, then you would become the richest man on earth.
我们这个知道的，这个知粮记足有很多的益处。
As we know, there are lots of benefits with having these resources. Most importantly, you need to make offerings and to perform charities.
你慈悲济世，
So if you are compassionate
或者你
and
能够应用到的所有资粮，
philanthropic,
都可以做很多的善事。
and if you are endowed with enough wealth and resources, you can perform lots of charity.
每一个人都有慈悲心，
And I really wish that every true Buddha disciple would have a compassionate
自
heart,
然你自己的福
and
就会记住。
with the four immeasurables and with the boundless compassion, naturally your resource needs would be fulfilled.
真巴拉到此，
That's the end of the introduction of Jambala.
今天要讲的是
Now we will continue to expound on the Great Perfection Dharma.
那我念。我受有意，使一切懂圆满一切法，
My
应佛法之所说，本有亲自的
My Dharma
正业
transmissions are essentially
第三
one, to embrace all sorts of Buddha Dharma perfectly so that there are no conflicts, and to allow each and every Dharma to be perfect. Second, to authenticate the Buddha Dharma by allowing practitioners to personally experience the taste of Dharma. Third, to instill the development of wisdom so that every practitioner can truly comprehend the key points and profound meanings of the sutras. And fourth, to annihilate karma from past lives, to transform black karma into white karma, to shine bright clear light radiance, and to attain perfection swiftly. In the process, to allow each practitioner to gradually develop wisdom to be enlightened to the purport of nature versus appearance, and to eventually attain the wisdom of the empty nature. Because I was kind of coughing a little bit, so the microphone somehow stopped working. So my Dharma transmissions are essentially, first, to embrace all sorts of Buddha Dharma perfectly so that there are no conflicts, and to allow each and every Dharma to be perfect. Second, to authenticate the Buddha Dharma by allowing practitioners to personally experience the taste of Dharma. Third, to instill the development of wisdom so that each practitioner can truly comprehend the key points and profound meaning of the sutras. And fourth, to annihilate karma from past lives, to transform black karma into white karma, to shine bright clear light radiance, and to attain perfection swiftly. And in the process, to allow each practitioner to gradually develop wisdom and be enlightened to the purport of nature versus appearance, and to eventually attain the wisdom of the empty nature.
这个大圆满九之地包含了9项9个法。
So the 9 stages of the Great Perfection Dharma embody 9 stages. 1 is the Sravakahood, and 2nd is the Prateka Buddhahood, and 3rd is Bodhisattvahood. And then those were in the Sutrayana, and then this is in the Mantrayana. So the Kriya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Kriya Yoga, and Yoga Tantra, and then Maha Yoga, Anu Yoga, and Ati Yoga. So altogether 9 stages. So this is actually like 9 steps to the ladder. So it is each of these stages are not in conflict with each other, but they are all actually perfecting each other. So to allow each and every Dharma to be perfect and embrace each other. At the time of Sakyamuni Buddha, that's the original Buddhism. And then there are sectarian, so it is divided into the upper and lower sect of Buddhism. And then later on divided into the Hinayana, Buddhism of the small vehicle, and the Prajna vehicle, that's Mahayana, the vehicle of the wisdom of Prajna. And then later on there is also Vajrayana, which is Tantrayana. So all this should perfect each other. There is no major differences. The differences are due to the sectarian. Like in Buddhism, there is the sect for ethics, the precepts, and then the Zen, which is from China, Zen Buddhism, and then the Pure Land sect, which is chanting Buddha Amitabha, and then Tantrayana or Vajrayana. So these differences are just differences in the methods of spiritual cultivation. Actually, they embrace each other. So each sect are actually complementary or embracing each other. They're actually, they're not just this, they're 4 more or 13, and they all embrace each other. So we cannot say that only this sect is Buddhism and the others are not. So there are no differences. So they are not against Buddhism, and they perfect all Buddha. So we primarily talk about the 3 Dharma seals or 4 Dharma seals. The ultimate truth of the Buddha are the 3 Dharma seals. Is everything is impermanent, everything is interchanging, is ever changing. Nothing stays the same forever. Like with my body, I didn't cough in Seattle. As I came back to Taiwan, I started to cough, and now I don't cough anymore. But I have a coarse voice, a little bit. but no more cough. So this is also changes because of impermanence. I thought coming back from Seattle all by myself, and Simu is in Seattle. It's not funny because I'm not Ajisu, which is the TV show cook or chef. And Secretary General Daniel Liao would understand about the international manners. But I have no evil thoughts. But if I have some fans, that all of a sudden, then all I can do is just respond. But I have no evil thoughts in my heart because I didn't react quick enough and my lips are frozen, numb. I don't dare to follow such international manners. And when I kiss the cheek, just very lightly, that's the international manners, right? Left and right? Yes. That's international manners. But how about the lips toward lips? Secretary General Liao said no, so we shouldn't do that. We could just kiss the cheek, only with kids. In Taiwan, we have no such tradition. Although I live in United States, that's worldwide, right? But I don't dare to kiss people on the cheek. But in the future, if you want to gain enlightenment, you can find me. Because in Tantrayana, enlightenment is only to be transmitted between one-on-one. And the location would be at the secret motel somewhere. And I have to take 2 hours to talk about enlightenment, not just 30 minutes. This is due to the recent news in Taiwan. I thought I would have the freedom to transmit enlightenment in Taiwan, but little did I know that the heavens have other plans. I have been coughing for a month, and I sat alone in my shrine, repenting to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You know, because every time I pick up the phone, I would start to cough, and I couldn't talk on the phone. No use to have phone. No use to have cell phones, because I would start coughing as soon as I talk on the phone. Nobody would want to learn about enlightenment because I kept coughing for a month. Now I start to lose my voice, and maybe next month something else would happen. So Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are incredible, because they know that I have no evil thoughts, and I'm a gentleman. I never deviant. I will not stick my tongue. I always speak the truth. So the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas let me cough for 1 month, and I believe there must be a reason to it. So I have no freedom whatsoever. I just stay at home and by myself. Because I lost my voice, and because I have to give Dharma talks, so my voice is important. So you need to be tolerant, you need to be upright, and this path needs to go smoothly and straight. So like when I expound about great perfection Dharma, it should be perfect. So even when I have cough this time, but it could be considered as perfect. You know, for the past 3 weeks, Dharma talks, I don't cough when I was giving the teachings, but afterwards I cough. And this is the 4th Dharma talk, Dharma teaching. My voice is a little bit coarse, but still it's perfect. So the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas still allow me to give Dharma talks in perfection. Now let me share a joke. The problem is, if your love competitor fall into the water and she cannot swim, but you can swim. And the answer is, lives are equal and lives are precious, and everyone has their own family, parents and friends, so we shouldn't be selfish. So we should jump to the water and swim in front of her so that she can learn how to swim. That's not perfect. So this person is not perfect. How could you just swim in front of her to let her learn? So this Bodhisattva is selfish, because it takes time to learn how to swim. A true Bodhisattva has to be has to perfectly fulfill the wishes. So even when you are love enemies fall into the water, you still need to save her. And forgetting yourself, only then it would be perfect. Grandmaster does not discriminate against any being. Anyone suffering from true disaster or calamity, as a bodhisattva, we really should extend our hands to help. We shouldn't be too selfish, because when you're selfish, that would be considered evil. And if you can fulfill other people's then that would be good. That's considered virtuous. So at True Buddha School, in expounding the Great Perfection Dharma, I would like to tell you that we should have a very open, wide open, boundless, infinite heart, and you can embrace all sentient beings. Only then you can make your heart wide open. Please do not have prejudices against others or discriminate against others. This is very important. Not only about being a bodhisattva. In the future, if you want to become Buddha, you need to learn to be perfect, and you need to learn all the 9 stages step by step and attain perfection in each of them. So whether you're old or you're beautiful young lady, Grandmaster would give you blessings, and at whichever part of your body. So it's the same whether you're old or young, beautiful or ugly. But of course, if you all of a sudden said, well, the difference is this. The old lady said, I have an appendix. Could you please touch it to bless it? Then I would tell her that I would pray to the Buddhas, and I would touch you on your head, and I hope that the blessing power would reach your anus. Of course, I cannot touch your butts, your buttocks, your behinds. Or when a beautiful lady said that she has problems with her heart, then I would tap on her back, because the back also could reach the heart. The heart is here, slightly to the left. Right? So if the lady said that my heart is ailing, then I would tap on her left shoulder. So that's why we still have to be careful. I cannot just touch any place that's ailing. So if you have athlete's feet, it's okay for me to touch that. Lots of elderly suffer from knee pain, then I would touch their knees. But there's some parts that's not appropriate. So in this case, we need to discern. One time, Xiaoming helped his girlfriend to buy gloves, and they went to the woman's department, in the department store. And the sales lady asked, what kind would you like? And Xiaoming said, well, I don't know how big her hands are. So the sales lady didn't want to lose the business, so offer her hand. And after Xiaoming bought the gloves, she asked him, what else do you need? And he said, yes, I want to buy some underwear for my girlfriend, but I don't know the size. And then the sales lady didn't say anything else. So that's why there is a difference here. Although you try to be tolerant, but there's still some differences, some minor differences. So next is to authenticate the Buddha Dharma by allowing practitioners to personally experience the taste of Dharma. In True Buddha School, many people have personal experience. So please raise your hand if you ever dream of Grandmaster. Anyone who has dreamt of Grandmaster, please raise your hand. Many people, almost everybody raised their hands. So that's the authentication. That's the true personal experience. So when you have, after having the dreams, then it really happens. Please raise your hands. There are still many people raising their hands. Camera. And Dutan City. Yes, so why didn't you raise your hand if you have dreamt of Grandmaster Lu? There's one master. You didn't raise your hand, and I know why.
You don't know Taiwan language and Chinese language, huh? 你用先生，初めてよろしく。初めてよろしく。哎呀，你有梦到师尊吗？他一定听不懂。你们谁会讲日文？
So if I ask, have you dreamt of Grandmaster? He doesn't understand because he doesn't understand Chinese, no English. He has some hearing problems.
Oh, okay. 你很康调烧，还有耳朵重听啊。
Oh, yeah, he has some hearing problems. So. I understand. It is nice meeting you. I love you. Let's go. I can speak a little bit of Japanese. Nice meeting you. I love you. Let's go. Let's get married. So Hajimete means the first time. Please be kind to me. Now I love you. Let's go together and let's get married. That's the meaning of these Japanese words. So there are proofs, true experiences. Those are witnesses. So True Buddha School would authenticate the Buddha Dharma, and each practitioner would personally experience the Dharma. There is an Indonesian disciple that went to Seattle and offered a tanka to me very, very beautiful. It is Vajrayogini. Truly beautiful, truly, truly beautiful. It's so beautiful that the Vajrayogini that she painted was just truly, truly beautiful, gorgeous. And seeing the yoga Vajrayogini, my two eyes bulging out, and I wanted to perform that international manner. And I was so attracted by this tanka. And the painter, the lady was a disciple from Indonesia, and her name is Elizabeth. And she had some tumor in her brain. And then I consulted my yidams, and I told her I would pray to the Golden Mother and give you guidance in your dreams. And she prayed to Golden Mother and burned the paper money, and I appeared in her dream, and Grandmaster wore the doctor's uniform and holding a surgery knife and opened her brain and took out the tumor from her brain. And honestly speaking, Elizabeth is really beautiful. And it's not because it's beautiful that I enter into her dream, but I opened her brain and took out the tumor. And a few days later, she told me that she dreamt of Grandmaster performing the surgery and took out the tumor. And then she went back to Indonesia, and then she had another check-up in Indonesia or Singapore, and the doctor that was going to perform the surgery. And prior to the surgery, they checked again, and the tumor that was about 3 centimeters in diameter disappeared totally. And it did happen. Which chapter did she come from? It's the Fan Yin chapter in Jakarta. She is the wife of the Dharma assistant, Vicky. She is really beautiful. And I really took out the tumor from her brain. And this kind of experiences are many, are numerous, lots of them. So to authenticate what was said in the Buddha Dharma and allowing practitioners to personally experience. And many people encountering Grandmaster truly have such experiences, and this is what True Buddha School is about. That's why True Buddha School is really true. One time, one day, Xiaoming and Xiaohua, after the exam, were discussing with each other, how did your test go? And Xiaohua said, oh, just blank. I didn't fill in anything. And Xiaoming said, yeah, me too. So would the teacher said that we cheat? And Xiaohua said, yeah. All of a sudden, I forgot about my own name, so I wrote down your name. I copied your name instead. So the tests both are blanks, and she forgot about her name and copied other people's name. That's experience. So Grandmaster's entering into dreams, and the dreams really resulted in real experiences. To instill the development of wisdom so that each practitioner, each person can truly comprehend the key points and profound meanings of the sutras. And in Buddha Dharma, the most important thing is prajna, like the Prajna Paramita Heart Sutra. That sutra talks about wisdom. The Diamond Sutra also embodies the wisdom of all Buddhas. To let everyone to truly understand the key points and profound meanings of the Heart Sutra, Diamond Sutra, the Mahaprajna Paramita Sutras, and also all the Tantras of the Tantrayana. And once you comprehend them, then you would be considered enlightened. So that's the true understanding of the mind. If you gain the true enlightenment, like Grandmaster Lu, I guarantee that I gain true enlightenment. So you can only be totally embracing if you gain true enlightenment, because then you have discrimination or differences between good and bad, black and white, etc., etc. But that's not the wisdom of the Tathagatas, because the wisdom of the Tathagatas are considered to be the great perfection, and the true enlightenment is great perfection, and it completely complies to the five wisdoms of the Tathagata: the wisdom of the Dharmakaya, the wisdom of the observing, the mirror-like observing, the wisdom of all accomplishments, the wisdoms of observation, and one more. If you embody all these five wisdoms, then that would be considered the great perfection. So think about it. Is there any person that can truly be perfect? Like the chef, the TV media chef, Ajisi, what he did could be done by anyone. Of course, there are few that don't do that, like the mentally handicapped people since birth. But normal man would do that. He had an affair. But Grandmaster Lu is between normal and abnormal. And I've said this before, Grandmaster Lu is a monk that should not have done that. But Grandmaster is also a man. So you need to listen carefully. Grandmaster is a monk. And Grandmaster is also a man. So Grandmaster is between normal and abnormal. So between normal and abnormal. So ponder upon it. Mull over it. Only this is called enlightenment. Only this is called perfect. A monk is a man, and a bhikshuni is a woman. There's no difference. Is there any difference? All the same.
犯错的还是会犯那个错。
Those who would make mistakes would make the
但是你不会
mistakes.
犯错，
If you don't, then you don't.
不管你做什么，
Doesn't matter what you are.
做到院长也会犯错，
Even if you are the
也会犯错。
chief or chef
的人也有很多人都会犯
or
错。
any person would make the same mistakes. Or even an attorney, a lawyer, a judge, they also make mistakes.
每一个种的人
In every field, in any kind of
有
person,
可能犯的错，
it's possible for them to make the same mistakes.
所以有正常，
So
你修到不正常，
some there's normal, some not normal. Huh? If you train to become normal, then you're abnormal. No.
不正常的中间，
It's between normal and abnormal.
所以我不是阿基师，
So I'm not Ajisu, I'm not the chef, but I'm also not Grandmaster Lu.
有一家披萨店标榜着
There's a pizza shop that said that we do delivery,
一定送到家，
and within 30 minutes, if it's over 30 minutes, then it would be free.
会告诉消费员，先生、小姐，我20分钟送到。
And then when they take the order, the delivery man would say that in 20 minutes it would arrive.
小姐，
And one day Ying ordered the pizza, and then someone rang the bell.
记得带披萨。
See, I arrived here within 15 minutes, but I forgot the pizza.
告诉大家啊，不能忘记。
So I like to tell you, please don't forget.
做的事情都是要人人有亲自的正验。
So whatever we do, everyone should experience themselves, and then use the wisdom to develop each person to comprehend truly the key points and profound meanings of the sutras. So as Grandmaster said earlier, between normal and abnormal, between arising and non-arising, this is called the great wisdom. Between I and no I, between self and no self, between arising and no arising, between I and no I, between normal and abnormal. This is called wisdom. This is the wisdom of the Buddhas and Tathagatas. So to let everyone to truly understand the key points and profound meanings. There are lots of dharmas that are between arising and non-arising. All the Vajra Dharma are between arising and non-arising, between birth and non-birth. And this is the wisdom of the Tathagata. And fourth, to eradicate karma from past lives, to transform black karma into white karma, to shine bright clear light radiance, and to attain perfection swiftly. And in the process, to allow each practitioner to gradually develop wisdom and be enlightened to the purport of nature versus appearance. And the wisdom of empty nature is truly important. To eventually attain the wisdom of the empty nature. In order to eradicate karma from past lives, you need to transform black karma into white karma, and to shine the bright clear light radiance, and to attain perfection swiftly.
一个老板刚进办公室，这个部门的经理老婆就闯进。
So, a manager entered into the office, and the wife entered into the office, and bring an underwear, a bikini, and shouted that my husband came home with the woman's underwear. And then the boss took the underwear and put it in his pocket. And then when he got home and his wife was washing his coat, the wife asked the husband, "You shouldn't joke like this. I was looking for my underwear all day." Those who understand laugh, and those who do not understand do not laugh. So what is this about? You need to have wisdom. In order to understand one thing, you need to have logic, you have to have wisdom. If you have this wisdom, then you can annihilate all karma from the past lives and transform the black ones into white. And moreover, you would generate the bright, clear light radiance. And more importantly, we do not want to create karma. And you want to increase your good karma and decrease your bad karma. And to let your body to emit great radiance. And when you have this great radiance, then you would be able to attain the great perfection. So in spiritual cultivation, first we practice in the path of accumulation of the merits. Because when you have all your resources fulfilled, then you would have affinity with the Buddha Dharma. And if you have, you enhance your affinity with the Buddha Dharma, then you can cultivate spiritually. And through spiritual cultivation, you would emit great radiance. And by embodying this radiance, then you would have gained enlightenment, and then you would gain the great perfection. And great perfection in the 9 stages of the great perfection Dharma. Om Mani Padme Hum.